Okay, everybody calm down, calm down. Look, we have two pieces of Montreal Canadiens news that I wanted to talk about in today's video, and they are both pretty significant. The first one is probably the more somber of the two, and it's one of these things where, we don't know much, but that's okay. We're not supposed to know much. We'll only know as much based off of the Montreal Canadiens and their own discretion, which is totally okay. Not trying to push for anything here. Kent Hughes, earlier today, went out there and said that they've left Martin St. Louis space with his family, hoping that everything is okay. Understandably, they can't say much more about the situation out of respect for the family's privacy. There also was another quote from Luc Gelinas where Kent Hughes went out there and said that he has not contacted Martin St. Louis since he had left the club to join his family. For the moment, he has no idea when St. Louis is going to return. And these are two small updates, but it kind of goes to show you just where everything is right now. Like, if you're coming into the situation expecting, oh yeah, St. Louis is going to be back tomorrow, probably not the best to go out there and assume that. Now, there were some extra speculative comments gone out there by people in the media, like, oh, David Savard said it's about St. Louis' son, and then people were speculating which son it could be, and they were going into elite prospects, and there was a bunch of stuff yesterday where people were keeping track of the hockey games that had St. Louis kids and saying, oh, this Dubuque Fighting Saints game yesterday, you had one of St. Louis' sons playing, so it's probably not him. I think we should calm it down with that. I don't think that's really appropriate here. Sure, you can do whatever it is that you want, but still, there's a family here. So probably best to go out there and keep our respects up. You had yourselves Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield go out there and make some comments about St. Louis' absence as well. This is what Cole Caufield ended up saying. Obviously, it's tough. He's our rock, our leader, our head coach, so it's tough when he is not around. You also had Nick Suzuki going out there and saying it's obviously different with Marty not being here. We have a good group of guys here, a lot of good coaches. It was business as usual, but obviously we're missing him and wishing the best for him. And I get it, cookie cutter answers. You wouldn't really expect Caufield or Suzuki to say anything else, right? But at the same time, this still is good to see that the players on the Canadiens are rallying behind their coach. They want the best for their coach, and they are wishing good things for their coach and his family. But at the end of the day, that's all we know. We don't really have any extra information in regards to St. Louis, so we'll move on to our next topic of the day. It's a lot more of a positive one, because guess what? The Montreal Canadiens have made a transaction with David Reinbacher, and it all comes to us via the AHL's official website. Take a look at this. The Montreal Canadiens have reassigned David Reinbacher to the Laval Rocket from EHC Kloten in the Swiss League. And this is pretty great because now David Reinbacher is officially on his way to North America. He will be suiting up for the Laval Rocket, and with this in mind, this defense core is going to be so darn good. Reinbacher, that's pretty great. Justin Barron is down there. He's pretty great as well. Not to mention the fact that you also have Logan Mailloux. All three of these guys on the right side. How are you going to be able to develop these guys properly? They're all super good. So when it comes to ice time, when it comes to deployment, hopefully it rounds itself out to a point where all three of these guys are getting equal playing time, because I think there's a good amount of Canadiens fans that are expecting NHL potential out of all of them. But I just got to go out there with a word of caution because, man, David Reinbacher has played some pretty crappy hockey over the past few months, mostly because of the team that he's been on, not because he himself is that bad. So going over to a brand new team, don't be surprised if it takes him a little bit of time to get used to the systems, to get used to the way the Laval Rocket flow. If they don't play Reinbacher a lot, opening up his season, then that's okay. If he gets, let's say, 15 minutes a night to open up his NHL, or not NHL, his AHL career, then that's okay. We'll just let him ease into the role so far. Let some of the AHL bigger minutes be taken by guys who have been there all year, like Mailloux or Justin Barron, who was in Montreal for a good chunk of the season as well. But this is some pretty exciting news because for David Reinbacher, we all kind of knew that this was coming. Even as far back as the beginning of the year, there was speculation saying, yeah, he could go down to Laval, he could start the season in the AHL, but I feel like it's kind of tragic in a way. the way that he did not end up starting his career in Laval, because I feel like a lot of the reason that he did not do that, why he went back over to the European League, is because of the Canadiens fan backlash. You know, it was a really big deal back when David Reinbacher was drafted that, oh, he's not Matvei Michkov. He's not any of these other highly touted forwards. He's the defenseman that Kent Hughes reached to get. And Kent Hughes made the comments, oh yeah, if he wasn't a right-handed defenseman, I don't know if we would have liked him as much. If he was a left-handed defenseman, maybe we wouldn't have taken him this high. Like, the implications were not great, and Kent Hughes didn't do Reinbacher any favors with the way that Hughes was talking about him in the media. Like, it kind of made it worse, to be honest, and we made our videos expressing that sentiment. And the comment section in those videos, y'all kind of shared the same opinions, like, hey, why does Kent Hughes go out there and talk about his guys like that? Like, you're supposed to be selling hope to your franchise and your team. The fan base is supposed to buy into this, and you're not going to get the fans to buy in when you say, yeah, if he wasn't the right-handed defenseman, we probably wouldn't have gotten him. Like, that's not really the best way to go about it, and all the fan backlash at the beginning of the season was so strong. I mean, all the Instagram comments, they were kind of nasty too, so for David Reinbacher, hopefully enough time has passed where he can ease into Laval with grace. He can ease in, not play a significant amount of minutes right away because he kind of needs to get adjusted first, and hopefully Canadiens fans can be cognizant of that and accept it, because David Reinbacher is 18, 19 years old. Like, if he's not amazing number one defenseman quality in the AHL right now, then that's fine. Like, let him do that next year. Let him go through the entire Mayu Barron development, and you'll see one of these guys jump up to the NHL next season, and hopefully there's going to be some moving around in the defense and everything will work itself out. But for now, David Reinbacher is going to Laval. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about this entire thing. And do you think he's going to get some significant minutes upon his arrival? I mean, there are already some people that are memeing in the Canadiens Twitter feeds reply section, oh, Matvei Michkov, yada yada yada. Like, there are still some people going out there and trolling about this entire thing. So I'm kind of intrigued as to seeing what the fans' response is going to be. Obviously, like, it only takes a few bad apples to make bad salads, so really, maybe I'm just looking at a bad sample size, but there is an overwhelming positive response that exists for David Reinbacher and his assignment to Laval. But when it comes to deployment, where do you think it goes? Does he get top minutes right away? Do you think they try to ease him in? Do you think Mayu and Barron have their monies up for them when it comes to playing time? Do you think Reinbacher's going to take over those minutes really quickly? And bonus question, when do you think David Reinbacher will make his debut with the regular Montreal Canadiens? Does he force himself onto this roster to end off 2023-2024? Does he get a small sample at the end? Who really knows? So thoughts in the comment section about David Reinbacher and his addition to the Laval Rocket. Also thoughts in the comment section about Martin St. Louis and the entire update situation over there. I don't really think there's too much to talk about there. Like, really, it's not too deep, I feel. We just got to give the guy space, right? It's all up to him and his family, but either way, there were some updates, so I wanted to get that in this video as well. Thoughts in the comment section about the Montreal Canadiens. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.